animals have language? We are going to talk about the topic of animals and language. We know that animals have language, but not as complex as human language. So we will show some articles that explain how some specific animals communicate to each other.
The myth that we are going to talk about is animals and language. There is a big debate about animals and language. There are some people who believe that animals don't have a language because they focus only on the part of speech or writing, but we think that language goes much farther. It's true that animals are not capable of writing or speaking like humans do, but they have their system to communicate when they are hungry, when they are thirsty, when they are angry, when they are happy. In conclusion, animals communicate by using a variety of signs such as sounds or movements.
Monkeys, according with Michael A. Irby, the former member of Computer Science Department Neuroscience Program and USC Brain Project, University of Southern California, Los Angeles, monkeys have the capacity to understand the humans. Their brain is able to understand the human communication, and even the chimpanzees can imitate the same language, but they only know how to say some words and give orders. According with Michael, imitation is seen as evolving via so-called simple systems such as the phone in chimpanzees, which allows imitation of complex object-oriented sequences but only as the result of extensive practice, to a so-called complex system phone in humans, which allow rapid imitation even of complex sequences under appropriate conditions, which supports pantomime. For this reason, we can conclude that monkeys have a kind of language, not as complex as human language, but complex.
Well, according to the Dolphins Communication Project, that is a web created by a group of people to promote the scientific study of dolphins and to inspire their conservation, dolphins have a communication system like all animals. They have evolved a set of behaviors that allow them to communicate to each other. They use physical contact for communication. For example, a gentle nuzzle of the rostrum, a playful bite to the dorsal fin, or an aggressive bite to the flank. They also use visual signals to convey information. For example, the following signals can convey frustration, threat, or anger: a wide open gaping mouth, an S shape with swimming position, and bubble burst and bubble clouds. Dolphins produce two kinds of vocal signals: pure tones and plus sounds. Pure tones can take the form of whistles, chirps, or screams. Dolphins produce whistles during social situations, when they are separated from friends, when they are excited, when they are happy, and when they are panicked. Different whistles are produced in different situations. Much has been written about how various species develop and use whistle for communication. The whistles and other vocal calls of, like orca, have received considerable attention, and scientists have discovered that family groups appear to produce distinct categories of whistles and other calls that are stable across time, and that appear to be taught to the new members of the group or new members of the family. These calls are so distinct that researchers are able to distinguish different family groups just by listening to the calls or the whistles. And about plus sounds are not a form of communication, but it's a way that dolphins use to see through the sounds that they make.
Despite you hate or love them, cats have been regarded for centuries as mysterious, solitary, and predictable creatures because humans can understand what they are saying. According to Amy Sohai, veterinarian, animal behavior consultant, and the author of 27 pet care books, cats have 7 ways to communicate. Number 1. Vocalizing with meows, purrs, and murrs. Cats use vocalizing to express emotions. Cats have learned to mew at humans. Some scientists think this is a sign that cats see their owners as kittens, because generally only mothers, cats, and their kittens communicate through mewing. Cats also express emotion with their ears. The way a cat moves their ears can be a sign of his feelings. Number 3. Atoll. Cats communicate with their eyelids. A sudden dilation of their ears results from sudden arousal which could be due to fear, interest, or any other strong emotion. Number 4. Tail tall. The cat's tail signals interest, affection, arousal, and more. The height of the tail as well as the motion. Number 5. Fur talk. A healthy, calm cat fur rests smoothly against the body. Number 6. Smell and scent. Humans can always detect or interpret the sense cues cats use communication. However, among scent tools, cats employ strong urine and faces making, body rubbing behavior, and clawing to leave a sentence message that other cats read. And the last, number 7, body talk. A relaxing and happy cat will have ears point sleepy forwards, eyes relaxing, and whiskers are also pointing forward.
In conclusion, after looking for articles and information about animals' language and animals' communication, we have been able to contrast that animals have the capacity of language as long as we understand the word communication as a way of language. We have also been able to verify that the animal's communication or language system is not as complicated as our communication system. To sum up, animals, language, and their way of communication is much simpler than the human way of communication.